Boo doo 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 doo. Boo boo doo doo. Boo doo 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 doo. Boo boo doo doo. Boo doo 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 doo. Doo 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 doo. Boo doo doo doo. Boo doo 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 doo. Boo doo doo doo. Boo doo doo doo. Alright, oh, audience of 0 people. I'm still gonna be doing this, and still gonna be having a bunch of here we go. What's the word? No, not those. Live, love, and laugh. Choose to see what's underneath sometimes. Do 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 do. So we're gonna come up with a topic, and we're gonna see if we can actually make this topic. Let me see if I can hit the brake more times. You know. Oh, there's a motorcycle.
You only have yourself to blame.
Yes. Coming up with a vehicle. Why not come up with a topic? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I know that's annoying as shit probably, but I'm gonna keep doing it because I think it's funny.
Lucky miss.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh wait. That's a good one. What's a good topic about stuff? I'm talking about cars themselves. Let's see. Let's talk about the automotive industry. Ah, I thought that I'd definitely make it. All right. Through certain areas and such. Bo, you're gonna get inside and you're gonna stop barking at random things. I got a treat. Come on, you want a treat? Let's get a treat. Come on, B6. B6, come on. Come on, let's get a treat. You want a treat? Alright, I don't give a shit then. Alright, come on, Bo. Let's get a treat. We're gonna get a treat. Christmas time. It's gonna be Christmas time now. It's not been just. And, because and people are already getting trees, you know, because they want their house to smell like pine and in the same sense not smell like pine, smell like dead pine. Achoo! 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 That was beautiful. Any hoots. Let's see here.
Trust me, you don't want to carpool with me.
All right. Gosh dang it, man. So, there's a thing that we're going to talk about in the automotive industry that has to do with emotions, and it also has to do with plenty of levels of marketing. How good is your car? It's dependent upon how awesome the commercial is sometimes. What people don't understand sometimes is marketing companies like to use different tactics to be able to see two different types of audiences, and And when they do those, when they have those different types of marketing levels and different things like that, they sometimes don't use they don't use the safety measures. They use the idea of safety, and the only time you actually get to see what's actually a part of the vehicle is if you go and try to buy it. And sometimes you don't even get to see that. So, what people actually have to understand is, since net neutrality has been a fad, I think, sometimes, and I think that what people actually have to understand now is things have to be spelled out, like very, very much so. Things have to be spelled out completely, and if and also to the way that internet is kind of divvied up right now is probably the reasons why people have been able to I'd say I don't know, like, well, Silicon Valley has been able to act like it owns the world, kind of. And in the same sense, I don't know, you know, it just, it kind of reaches me to be able to see, see different things, and also, I mean, to see different things in my life, but also more about the automotive industry. People have been able to take away that kind of net neutrality sort of way, sort of look at the way we look at automotive, and they'd be like, oh, this is elegant, and it's a class all its own, or something like that. It's you're in your own class, you're in your own thing. It's like you're doing what you want to do, how you want to do it, and I don't get it sometimes when people try to see those notions, I guess, of what people wouldn't actually like see in regular life. They'd see basically you wouldn't see in regular life, and you wouldn't see the fact that oh, this piece of hardware for your computer has blah 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 blah. Also, I'm not really sure what people meant by trying to abbreviate everything. But when you're not an expert in the field, and you're not in the military, don't abbreviate it. Just try not to abbreviate it. Just try not to. Just at least the first time you say it to a person, don't abbreviate it, and then they'll get what you mean, and then you can abbreviate it the next amount of time. So you don't have to like say it that much, you know. But that's the point. I mean, just don't abbreviate it. There's other things that I have that are wrong with the situation at hand, but there's also so many different kinds of people that have been able to make their careers off of what they think inside of a nutshell of oh, I can do this now, or I can say this to customers and say this kind of certain words and work that stuff in there. It's just like it's like the generation of upselling. It's a generation of upselling today, I think. We've kind of come to a conclusion that if it sounds good to go with the product you have, then we'll buy it. And I don't think that that's actually a thing. And I don't think that people really sometimes even look for that. I mean, in my experience, people have never looked for that. People have never even in my experience, it's like, oh, he upsells people. He's like, he upsells a lot of people. It's just like, yeah, but did you know that sometimes people don't want that, and they get annoyed when people actually tell them that their selling experience is or he tells his friends to come over and buy the stuff that they need from him. I mean, that's a thing, but also too, it's not a what's the word? conducive market. And what this does, I think, as far as the upselling, or as far as what people would consider net neutrality, I think what they need to do is renegotiate net neutrality and start to realize that no, it's not neutral when you don't say the words about what an internet service is there for you, or realize that an internet service is throttling you. Realize that everyone should, I mean, as far as getting a certain experience from internet service, should be able to understand that through those certain avenues, we get kind of just messed over. And also, people think that, oh, it's going to be worse no matter what, and it'll be worse. It's just like, no, it's not going to be worse if you just keep working at it. It's like, I mean, I don't get, like, when people say that, oh, if you have these options, then you're better off. It's like, no, you don't. You're just adding stuff to the car. You're not really doing anything. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, you just shot the car. But yeah, that has a lot to do with the way that people view cars sometimes, and it has a lot to do with the way that people do things. You don't get to see what actually is the deal until you actually buy the car sometimes and drive it around for at least a mile or two. Or if you're driving the car and you take a test drive, then in that same car, you don't realize that in a certain sense you're not getting the same experience with every option available. And also too, in some places every option might not be available. And also, people should understand that every single ounce of aspect and ounce of money that we try to protrude out of our own paychecks and things like that, they're all scams. Like, everything is a scam, pretty much, if you think about it. I mean, the amount of internet service you should be getting for free. Yeah, if people would have lived in Tesla's America, I think things would have been different. But understandably so, I don't think things would have eventually panned out because of the fact that there's not a series of things that people can I'd say live to the best of your ability, and but also too, in the same sense, I'd say that what people do sometimes is they I'd say they push into a level medium of obscurity, and I'm gonna get this guy. Got him. All right. Yay. We gotta put a helmet on. America. Copyright. Right. But what people have started to realize or start to think is right, I think, is a place that shouldn't that shouldn't judge you based on some merits or some aspects of your own life. What I kind of see sometimes is the basis for freedom and the basis for different stuff. And I'm not just talking about our automotive industry and things like that. What people need to start understanding is if we don't get the information up front, then it is a scam. If we don't start getting certain information up front, then it's a scam. And I think what people really need to understand sometimes is well, shut up. I think what people need to start understanding sometimes is that if we're all just trying to be a part of this big, massive family, I guess, or massive like group of people who respect each other, then that is an alarm on my phone. Shut up, Bo. I think what we need to start doing is getting the information up front. I know it may sound like a, and I just died, I almost died. I gotta. Yay. Awesome. Jet skis. Did not even mean to come here, but I am going to get all these stuff. It is awesome. It's a really bad name for a jet ski, but it's fine. What's up with this? There's no... I'm gonna say, shut up, Bo! Alright, by getting all the information up front, sometimes you can actually make an informed decision. And if we make informed decisions every day and we don't get all the information, then what's the point of ever even making that informed decision if we don't get all the information that we actually need? So, understand that, that through certain areas and through certain ways of us being able to make up a certain amount of let's say, choices in life, realize that eventually you're going to have to understand that sometimes people aren't giving you all the information because they want you to lose. But in the same sense, they want you to lose. They want you to lose your products and they want you to buy more. They want you to misplace your charger cord and then buy another one. Realize that that's basically the business model of some places, of most places, as far as what you get is what you get, and that's it, I guess. Realize that that's the business model of every place, almost every place that literally walks the face of the planet. The only thing that actually isn't is the only place that probably isn't, or I can say for a fact isn't, is compost sellers. That's all. That's it. Everything's a scam if you push into it close enough. If you look into it close enough and see the fact that, wow, I really shouldn't have bought that many charger cords. I probably should have bought just 3 or 4 and then be done with it. But since I bought one after one after one after one after one, I spent like $350 on just charger cords. I realized that the cup holder probably was the best idea, because I spent $1,000 in reupholstering. Or I went to go get my car redone or completely redone because of the fact that I smoke cigarettes too much, or I drink way too many drinks just from fast food places, and and I get them all over my car. Or maybe like, maybe you could have gotten that leather interior. Because leather itself is, in some ways, water resistant. Some ways. But not always. I mean, not always, so, obviously. But it just stretches and manipulates itself a little bit. Yeah, you could have. But you didn't. In the same sense, I think what we all tell ourselves sometimes is, oh, I'm not gonna need that much. Really? Are you serious? I'm not gonna need that stuff. And also sometimes what they should really do sometimes is realize that they should have put that stuff in there to begin with, because they upsell the customer the entire time. And really, I'm gonna go get the black one because it's really cool. It's really awesome because it matches my shirts and my jeans. I don't know if those are jeans, but it might be something like jeans. Just one brand, huh? Yeah, this doesn't mimic America at all. I'd say that what people need to understand and people need to realize is that when we get more information about what we're actually dealing with, instead of actually trying to research every single thing all the time, realize that people should tell the truth as a sales tactic. Because that's the best way to actually keep people coming back and getting more. And in the same sense, realize that through experience, you'll be able to sell to a lot more people. And you'll be able to do a lot more things. And unless somebody actually comes in and tries to mess up your sales deal or anything like that, because you're telling the truth all the time, and that's bad for their business sometimes. But in the same sense, and that's usually what happens sometimes, because it does happen a lot in certain situations. And they send in fake people trying to make a fuss in your establishment sometimes. All that other different. It's dumb, and know that it's a practice that gets businesses ruined. And in the same sense, people need to understand about their own things, I guess. Is
what the hell? Sorry, lady.
Is the more they look at sales tactics as far as telling the truth, the more they'll realize that their business model needs to act as far as, because if they tell the truth and no one else does, and it's in a situation, then they need to protect themselves and be able to protect their well-being. They're not going to just say like, oh, the truth shall set you free. It's like, no, the truth shall lead you to the dogs sometimes, and those dogs may tear you apart, or tear you asunder, or tear your business asunder. Realize that just because we tell the truth, or one place tells the truth about all their cars, then every single place is going to tell the truth about everything they absolutely have ever done. It's like, no, that's not the thing. That's not what they do. Sometimes people are going to try to get you to buy things from their places. Sometimes very, very unpracticing. And the Better Business Bureau sometimes has to have a
Citizens report at 245.
Got it.
Great Ocean Highway.
Alright, is that thing right there? Okay, cool. There it is. Alright. So understanding that there are certain ways to be able to understand the ways that people do business, and also the ways that people have done business for a very long time and are going to realize that those businesses are going to be going down. It has nothing to do with race or color or creed or anything like that. It has to do with the way that they actually do things out in the people they mess with, the people they deal with on a daily basis, or the things that they are willing to do. Realize that that it's not going to be bad for anyone. Their businesses will just be bought up by other people, by industries sometimes, being able to promote different products. So realize that eventually that's what happens to pretty much every business. Every mom and pop shop that actually gets something, they get better marketing, and then that marketing is owned by a company, and that company buys them, and then that company, those people retire because their fingers are goddamn hurting for doing that shit so much. So remember, it's not gonna be bad. It's not bad that people who own the city are gonna not be able to own that city anymore. It's gonna be people who are, I guess, who are trying really, really hard to be able to make it, to be able to make their businesses, be able to be bought up by a company that could actually see their product into a bunch of different people's hands, and it's a good thing, trust me. And it's not that those people won't ever get a spot on TV about being able, what's up? Yeah, well. I have no idea, but I'm gonna get my wallet too. But understand that those certain businesses are the cornerstone of what actually makes this place. Small businesses is the cornerstone because it's bought up by bigger businesses, or adopted by bigger businesses, and kept the people who ran it don't have to make those things anymore. They can just run their business, or they can just do their paperwork, or they can just have the fun that they wanted to have fun with because they have money now. Realize that making a better business is incorporating more people, and the more people can incorporate themselves into businesses and make themselves into different things, the better business practices will actually have, and the more truth we'll be able to tell, and the more truth they'll be able to say, and not leave everything up to mystery all the time. I know last time I'm currently trying to run away from a tank, I think tanks, multiple tanks probably, with Prius, but a Prius knockoff. But and we are going to go into this one right here. Understanding that the way people actually do business sometimes can be wrong in some ways, and the way people do things can. No, I have no idea. I really don't know what the car keys are. Yeah. But also too, in the same sense, the way people do business, even though their business model is amazing, can help if they have a little bit of help. So realize that it's not a hostile takeover. It's never a hostile takeover. It's not gentrification, no matter what the fuck people want to say. It's the better business happening. And the people that really want to see your product be able to make it to different people's hands, that really want to, and really want to see it in their hands, you'll be able to notice and be able to understand that there are so many people out there that would actually want your product. But understand too, that eventually if you don't do your business practices right, or say your business practices right, people will not want to see your product in their hand no matter how good it is. And I'm saying eventually, I'm not saying completely, or oh my god, this is never going to happen, or anything like that, because business works in certain ways, and sometimes people get away with certain things. But understandably so, I'm going to run into a fence, because I thought that was actually break apartable. I don't know what that actually means. Able to be broken apart. Understand where you come from in certain areas. And understand that where you're going is sometimes way more important, and way more easy, and way better for your business. I'm not saying that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but it was never dark to begin with. So you're not in a tunnel, you're just in a meadow, and that meadow has, I'd say, a few deer. And those deer, I guess, representing our success. Will you pet those deer? I have no idea.
Officers report 505.
But if you have the right tools, like a snap or so, to be able to entice the deer, be able to make sure that that deer is okay and good. And granted, the deer is not the success, but the fact that you petted the deer was a success. Because you got that snack, that thing you wanted to give the deer, into its mouth and or ground next to it, so it was able to actually eat that thing. Or it was able to see that thing, that reflective piece of light and stuff like that, that it was able to see it. Wow, that's a good product before it ran off. And, so understand that, that whatever kind of business you run, or whatever kind of thing you do, and if you do something better than the rest, or if you have a business practice that's better than the rest, or even think just a little bit better than someone else actually does, you'll make a lot of friends and you'll make a lot of money. But if you have the help that you need to have with, and you start being able to sell to people who are completely out of area, and not just and we need to get out of the truck. Oh shit. God dang it. Alright. But understand that all that is true, and like I said, if you think you own something now, wait until the marketing companies come through, and you'll own a hell of a lot more. My name is Joe Bomb Squad, and this has been Game Therapy, and I'm not like pro anything or nothing for anyone. I'm just saying that the more things happen for people, the more people will relocate and go into better areas and better things and do better things when realizing there's so much business potential out for everyone. Yeah, I know. Then people will be able to sell more cars and better cars for sometimes even cheaper prices, and even making more money because of the fact that they're selling so many models, or being able to sell so many things because they're actually telling people how fast something is, or telling people how, oh, this 4G whatever, I don't give a shit. But is there something there? Oh my gosh, there's things there. All right. All right. Okay. All right. But be careful, be helpful, and be happy, and prepare, because there's going to be a lot of cool stuff happening, and I really see it. But you have to believe in the change in order for it to happen for you sometimes, or actually start seeing the change that happens every day, instead of actually realizing or trying to see that you are in your own rut. This has been Game Therapy with Joe Bomb Squad, and you are your own one-man bomb squad. It's just, I'm gonna put it on a coffee cup probably. It'll be awesome. I'm gonna put it on a big one, and people are, because it's gonna be like, it's gonna have to be big, and it's gonna have to be offset. So I'm not gonna be able to, like, yeah, it's gonna be expensive probably. But but yeah, pretty much no. And all right. Woo! Party time.